Hey everybody, it's Kenny Comments here. You're chilling with Kenny C. Thank you for tuning in on this next to last day of September, getting into the October. Weather's gonna get a lot cold. The pumpkin spice smell is out there, whatever it may be in your neck of the woods. Join with my guests. Got the Denver roots, but she is a Cincinnati girl at heart, and I see she is rocking the Bengal colors right now. And I'm pretty sure she's happy with that Joe Mixon touchdown from moments ago. I'm
Hell
joined
yeah.
with Meaghan Richardson. She's with me right now. How's it going?
It's going. Who day?
Good day indeed. Thank you so much for being on.
Of course. Wouldn't have missed it, not even for the Bengals.
Yeah,
They're
because
going to
I.
win whether I watch or not.
So I will go ahead. We'll get to the music side in just a bit, but since you are, orange and black, um, Bengal colors, and taking pride of your team, um, let me start off with this. They are debuting the brand new black and white helmets. A lot of teams are debuting their alternative helmets this season. So, um, what's your thoughts on those helmets? You like them? You love them? Hate them? What you think about
I
those
think
helmets?
everything tonight looks beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm loving the white out. I really do like the new helmets. It's looking
So,
good.
so I have some interest in the Bengals, and here's why. Starting quarterback Joe Burrow came from Ohio State. He went to LSU. I'm a
OH,
I'm a I'm a Buckeye fan.
same.
So go Bucks, by the way. Uh so I I I root for Ohio State folks for the most part, unless they go up against my team. Then
Exactly. We're the same in this household. We are
yes.
exactly the same.
So I love the Buckeyes, but if you're facing my team, then I gotta go root for my NFL team. You're not in the Buckeye colors anymore. You're against my team. You're trying to take this win away from my team, and I have to root against you.
So, who
No,
is your NFL team?
so
It's okay. It's okay.
um, let's just say they're off to a rough start.
That's all
Um,
right. Who they
I'm a
be?
I'm a Saints fan.
All right. That's okay.
We're 1-2 right now.
We play y'all in a couple
Uh,
weeks, huh?
and you're most likely going to destroy my team, and it's
That's
okay.
okay. We'll see.
So, so with the Bengals and everything, how do they getting back on track? It appears. They beat the Jets this past Sunday.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it's a head game. I think
yeah, yeah,
it's all in their head. I think we have the skill. Um, I think it's just a mental thing for sure.
yeah.
So
And
we'll get it together.
so I guess if I were to be a Bengals fan, that my concern would be y'all got to protect the quarterback a lot more.
They're
Um,
stressing me out
yeah, these,
and stressing him out. Do you see
I,
how long he sat in the
yes,
locker room?
yeah,
He sat in the locker room in full pads, jerseys, sitting there like this for about an hour after everyone had cleared out that first game, just sitting there like,
yeah,
this is not how I saw the beginning of the season going. We got to get it together. Just not feeling supported, not feeling pumped up about himself. I felt that. Oh my
yeah.
God. We've all been there. None under that pressure, but
No,
we've all
no,
been
no,
there.
no. I mean, paid a lot of money in that offensive line. You're thinking, okay, things gonna get a little bit better,
For
and
sure, for sure.
that's the one thing that and of course your Bengals got one of my favorite Saints players in Trey Hendrickson.
That's right.
Um, he's a beast. He's definitely living up to the contract that he signed. I wish the
Not mad
Saints
about it.
and he's special. He's real special.
Yeah.
Um, so
So definitely happy to be knee deep in football season. It's feeling good and the weather is starting to match.
yeah, yeah,
We don't call
absolutely.
it fall around here. We call it football weather.
Okay. No, no fall. You can't say that word in the
Those chilly
household.
mornings, we wake up and we're like, you know what that feels like? And we're all like, football weather.
Football weather. Gotcha, gotcha.
We love this
So
time of year. We love spooky season. We love horror flicks. We love it all.
okay, that's what's up. That's definitely the way to go. That's definitely the way to go indeed. Um, so I want to get to the music side of things. Talk
For
about you
sure.
getting started into music. How did it start off for you?
So when I was young, my parents had me in piano from the time I was about 3 years old, living in St. Louis. We moved to the Northern Kentucky area when I was in like kindergarten, continued piano. When I was about 11, I took interest in singing and wanted to be in the choirs at school and sing at church. And so I started taking voice lessons and joining the choirs and stuck with voice and piano lessons all through junior high, high school. Chose my high school different from where all my friends were going based on their choir and things and the things that they were doing in the musical theater department. And that was more important to me at a young age. I just kind of knew that was my like niche. So did the whole musical theater and church singing thing, and that's kind of where I got my roots. And then went away for college to study liturgical music at a Catholic university in the Twin Cities up in Minnesota called University of St. Thomas. And I studied um, basically like a hybrid of theology and a music major mix. So my goal was to kind of, I wanted to write Catholic music that got people excited and more contemporary stuff. And I wanted to have a more contemporary influence on the Catholic community. And very quickly got turned off by that after my freshman year because the rules are not up to the music ministers at the Catholic Church. The Vatican obviously has their rules, and I realized that it wasn't going to be possible for me to do what I wanted to do. So I lost passion pretty quickly for that. Now I do still, I will do weddings and funerals, and I'll sub like as a music minister in the Catholic Church still pretty often nowadays. But as far as like making it my life and my passion and like living for the church like I wanted to, I kind of switched gears while I was growing up there as a little 18, 19-year-old. And when I started playing gigs and started being in bands, and I was like, that's really, I think, where I found my passion. So started writing music, moved down to Lexington and went to UK for a couple of years after I was like over the Catholic university life. So I started studying music education there. And I loved it there. Joined a band, a funk band that you might know of Donald Mason and Soul Funk and Dangerous. They were a fun little funk band back in the day. And so I was singing with them for a couple years. That was super fun. We did a lot of fun shows. Um, and then I switched gears again from school, went to Lexington School for Recording Arts, and I graduated with my certifications in audio production and loved it, loved it. Happy to have those skills. Makes my life a lot easier nowadays. Moved to Denver shortly thereafter. I was always in bands and duos, did a couple tours in California with my bands. That was one of my highlights. And that's kind of where my reggae influence really took over. Then I had my son, so I took a little break, did the mom thing, 2020 hit, and I was like, I got to get back into writing. So I released my first solo single ever. I've been releasing music and whatever in bands, but my first solo single was Vacation Mode and loved how that felt. So I've been writing and collabing ever since COVID, and it's been fun finding that balance between mom life with two kids, and now I'm gigging out a lot locally in Cincinnati, so it's been fun. That's the wrap up. That's the gist.
So you definitely been around it and stuff, doing the bands thing, doing some collaborations, definitely looking at certain things, just trying to figure out what path you wanted to go. And I'm glad you brought up the reggae side of things because I did feel in love with Vacation Mode. And you know, I like to be spontaneous and play songs for the first time, like before I hear it. You know, I like to just play it fresh out the gate, and then I'm like, oh, this is different.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
yes, like I love Vacation Mode.
Cool. I'm glad you like it. Thank you very much.
Very, very, you know, of course, summer came and went, but it's got that summer feel. So I definitely like the track. I dig it. I totally
Thank
dig
you.
it. So I definitely like to hear more reggae-esque tunes from
Heck
you.
yeah.
So you definitely made a name for yourself doing, you know, and so as far as the solo thing, how does it feel, you know, with all the music journey that you've had, that you've been going through, was it like to now starting to release some solo material?
It's definitely different. Like it's one thing to rely on your band or have the figurehead of a group, the one telling you what we're doing and calling the shots, or at least having some the duos that I've been in, like at least it falls on one other person. It doesn't always fall on just me. And so there was a little security there when it was with other people. And it was literally one day during 2020, like I said, I woke up like, I want my kids to be proud of me because my name is on a song, like wherever you can stream music. They can tell their friends like, oh, if you look up my mom's name, she's got these songs out, not under some band's name that they have to spell out for them, but like, oh, it's my mom's actual name. And I just thought that would be cool for them to be proud of me. Like every parent wants their kid to be proud of them. As narcissistic as that might sound, like you know how it is to feel proud of your mom and dad, and they're proud of you, and you want that as a parent. So I was like, I want them to look up to something and be like, I can do that. I can follow a dream like my mom did, even though she was doing the mom thing. So that's really what was driving it. So I think if I didn't have that, I would have been too chicken to like really actually release it. But it was like that inspiration from wanting to make my kids proud that made me pull the trigger. And I mean, I couldn't do it without the connections that I've made. I think as a musician, like that is by far and away, besides talent and practice and determination, like the connections and the relationships that you make are everything. Like if I didn't have the inspirations that I have and the musicians that I have on my tracks, there's no way I could do it by myself. So while my name is on it, it's not like I'm the one playing the drums and the guitar. I did the keys and I wrote the song and but I even still send it off to mix and master. In fact, I used one of my old teachers from Lexington School for Recording Arts. Patrick Hairston is the one who like mixed and mastered it. So it's like these connections that I've made that it's not really just me, but it does feel different to actually have my name on it, but it feels very vulnerable. So I don't just put anything out. Everyone's like, come on, you got to release more music. And I'm like leaning on these duos and these collabs still because, to write something beginning to end and put it out to the world is a really vulnerable thing, even for the most confident people. And you don't want to screw up and look back and have something out there in the world that you're not super proud of. So I'm pretty careful what I put out and how I get it finished up.
Yeah, so you know, obviously you got to start somewhere, especially you go on the solo path. So far, you know, these singles you put out, people getting to see who Meaghan Richardson is as an artist and as a person. You're starting to have your own wings, per se, and you know, you know, making the kids proud. That's definitely, you know, for any parent, whatever, regardless of the profession. Um, I'm I'm proud of my parents, what they do. So um, that's satisfying. Like kids
for
gonna
sure.
look back, kids gonna look back at this 10, 15 years from now and hear the vacation mode and be like, that's my mother getting all groovy and whatnot. It's
You gotta hope so. There was one day, my oldest son, he's 6 now.
mhm.
A few months ago, I was talking to I teach piano and voice in my home. So I have students in my home, private lessons all the time. And I was outside talking to one of my students' parents, and Nolan, my oldest son, runs outside, and he had been on YouTube and had typed in vacation mode and my name for whatever reason, just like checking to see if it was on YouTube. And of course it is. Like when I release music, I just, you put it out to all the platforms. So it gets out to YouTube too. And so he found it and thought that was the coolest thing ever, that he found it on YouTube. Like he thought that was a big deal. He doesn't get it. Like anyone can put anything on YouTube. He thought it was like being on TV. And so he ran outside. He's like, Mom, vacation mode's on YouTube. And I was like, honestly, as minor as that is, it was that moment that made me be like, this is why I did this. This is why I released it, because I just wanted to make him excited and proud and be like, oh, if my mom can do it, like, what can I do? So now he's got his drum set and he's like all ready to take drum lessons and follow down the path already. So it's fun to see that.
Next generation of the Richardson clan.
Heck yeah.
So that's dope.
I love having him at my shows too. Like I play a lot locally around Cincinnati at like Findlay Market and Washington Park and Fountain Square and all these fun outdoor little venues. In fact, I'll be playing during Blink, that light show that's around Cincinnati. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've heard of that, but it's like a big week-long event, and I'll be playing 2 different days during that period in a couple weeks in October. And so I love having my kids out to see those shows because they can run around and then have fun at the parks or the market or whatever. But then mom's playing music. And then they think they can do that too. They'll go out to a restaurant, put a jar out and start singing. And they're like, Mom, no one's giving me tips. I'm like, it's not really how it works, but one day, buddy.
So Cincinnati is a city that holds near and dear to my heart. My family has moved around quite a bit. Um, they born and raised in Georgia. I'm born in Mississippi, and I lived in Ohio. I lived in Kentucky, lived in Georgia, going back to Kentucky. Um, I'm a Kentuckian. I mean, it has the first 3 letters of my name by default. Well, the state of Ohio will always hold a special place in my heart. Um, I lived there for nearly a decade, like in my early preteen years, 7 years in Cincinnati, 4 years in Columbus, hence where I got the Ohio State fandom kicks in. Um, and I'm starting to going back to Cincinnati now. It's not a bad drive from Lexington, a little over an hour, 15, hour and a half, give and take. So I'm
Yeah,
getting,
from my house, I live kind of south of Cincy, so I'm like even just south of Florence. So one of my music partners, you may know him, Marcus Wilkerson. He's in Lexington, so we do a
yes.
lot of music work together. We've done a lot of songs together. We met through the Donald Mason and So Fucking Dangerous. We were both kind of singing in that band around the same time, but we always had a really good energy together. So we write and record together down in Lexington. It literally takes me like 45 minutes door to door. So it's a hop, skip, and a jump. It's not very far at all. So
Yeah.
come up
So
anytime and hang.
yeah, I'm out to hang out with the Richardsons, since
Hell
I'm getting
yeah. We'll watch
getting
some Buckeyes, some Bengals,
yes, we could do
Saints.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We could do that. Shout out to Marcus Wilkerson. It's definitely one of the most genuine human beings in here in Lexington
Talented,
in the music scene. He's very talented. He,
soulful,
he can be acoustic. He can sing on a hip hop hook. He got you covered. So
versatile.
very versatile indeed. So you got anything coming up in the work? You have anything in the works as far as upcoming shows? Entering these last few months, maybe more new music on the works? What's next for you?
I do. October 12th, it's a Wednesday evening at Findlay Market to kick off Blink. Um, there is like a Blink bike ride kickoff. So from 6 to 8 p.m. at Findlay Market in Cincinnati, I'll be playing music near the outdoor bar called Jane's, and love playing at Findlay Market. It's so fun. Love that community. Great people watching. And then a few days later, Saturday, I guess that'd be the 15th. I have like a lunchtime gig, 11 to 2 in Washington Park, right in the center pavilion. So I'll be playing a little gig. And I'll have a band with me for that one. So that won't be a solo gig. So I love playing with other musicians. Really looking forward to having some other local Cincinnati musicians with me for that one. As far as making music, I really, I was just thinking today, like I need to get one more solo song out, not a collab. I do have some collabs in the works, but I've got all these songs literally recorded sitting on the shelf collecting dust that I just need to pull the trigger on and finish up. So be on the lookout for new music. Who knows what I'll pop out. But do have a few collabs. My buddy Jewel and I from Cincinnati are going to do a few things. And a few reggae artists and I are working on some collabs. So always with the reggae vibes.
Yeah, absolutely. For people that wants to keep in touch with you through social media, where can they find you?
I'm most active on Instagram. That's at Meg Rich Music. So it's spelled MEAGRICH Music. And then I also have a Facebook page, but would love it if you could follow me on Spotify or Apple Music, wherever you stream your music, add my songs to your playlist. That really gets it in a good rotation. That helps us out. So Spotify and Instagram would be most helpful for sure. So come and follow Meg Rich Music.
All right, so go follow her. Go stream the Vacation Mode single that's out right now on the platforms there. Since I got about 8 more minutes with you, we'll go ahead and talk some Buckeyes football. Why not? We'll go ahead and get into that. So I will say, from what I have seen, Buckeyes are off to a really good start. They're doing what they're supposed to do, with all things considered. Um, the receivers have stepped up. I like Rich Harrison Jr. I like
Mm-hmm.
Mbuka. I hope I pronounce his name right. I tend to call him Double E. Those are his
I like that.
and I don't think he likes that at all. But Double E Mbuka. Um, and then Stroud doing Stroud things. I like him. Defense looks a lot better. So it's just a matter,
Sitting there.
you know, facing the tougher competition and just staying in the hunt for the playoff spot.
Absolutely.
So how do
I'm
you
feeling
feel?
hopeful.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the Buckeyes up to this point? And what
I
are your
feel good. There's been some frustrating, stressful moments, but they're pulling it off. Um, they're pulling it off. We'll have to see. It's so early in the season. I try
yeah?
not to get too stressed out about either team. Um, but then you start to realize it's like, okay, even though we're only a few games in, everything kind of matters now.
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
we'll have to see. No stress though.
Yeah, we just get through the Penn States, the Michigan States, Iowa, and that team up north
That team up north.
who we got some revenge on the way.
Ugh,
So
30.
and it's at Columbus this year.
Yeah,
So
that's going to be some good
um
energy.
so
Have you
uh,
been to a game in a while?
I've been to one game in my life, and that was a long time ago, back in the Jim Tressel days.
Okay, I'm actually
Uh,
related to Jim Tressel.
oh,
He's my
okay.
cousin, my mom's side, my cousin on my mom's side. Jim Tressel's her uncle. on the other side of her family. So like the Trestles are her other cousins, and I'm her cousin on her mom's side. So
Wow.
sort of related.
I want
Claim
to
to
thank
fame.
I want to thank him for his contributions to the Ohio State University
He's a great
and
coach.
pulling off one of the greatest upsets in college football history when they defeated University of Miami, which, by the way, this year is celebrating the 20-year anniversary of that championship team. So thank you, Mr. Tressel.
That makes me feel old.
Yeah, I'm feeling old. I'm feeling old. Meaghan, so good to have you on
Thank
the
you.
show. This was a lot of fun. It's always good to talk to a Buckeyes fan, so that makes it very
Heck
alive.
yeah. Good to find that common
Yeah,
ground.
common ground indeed. So it's good to chat with you. Hopefully, we'll cross paths either here in Lexington, or I may have to make my way to the Natty.
Yeah,
And
come up. We'll tailgate together for a
yeah,
game or something.
yeah. I'm also a Reds fan too. I'm also a Reds fan.
There
Um,
you go. I
so
haven't really been watching them this year, but
not much to watch at all.
not much to watch.
But
No one's
hey,
really excited about
good,
them this year, but that's all right.
good luck to the Guardians.
Right.
Congrats to them. At least someone from Ohio's going in. So, uh,
Absolutely.
I'll let you go ahead and the second quarter of the Bengals and Dolphins is about to begin. So I'll let you go ahead and enjoy the rest of the game. But thank you so much for your time.
Heck yeah.
And we'll chat again soon. Thanks
Thank
again.
you so much, Kenny. It was great to chat with you.
Great chatting with you as well. You have a good night.
Good night. Who day?
Good day. Yes, sir.